Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, make me feel a little bit more welcome than that. Good morning. Good morning. Now that's good. That's what I like to hear. How many of you are going to be going to the opera that we're going to be taking you for free? How many are going to go to the opera with me? Let me see a show of hands. Okay, that's not as enthusiastic, but by the end, I expect all of you will say, I'm going to the opera. Now, some of you had been to the opera before. Who went to the opera with me before? All right, now tell them what it was like. Was it good?
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Okay. What makes an opera an opera?
All the singing.
All the singing. Great. What else makes an opera an opera?
There's like a play and they're all singing like all the time.
Very good. He said there's a play, there's a story. What else? Good.
Your voice, sing it.
Voice singing. Good. What else? Actors. What else?
Stage. Music.
Stage, music, lights, singers. What's that? What's that? They're loud. Are they really loud?
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good because you know what? They're all doing it live. Imagine you actually have to make your voice work perfectly with that entire orchestra and with everything going on the stage and all the other singers, and you can only get it right once because there are people sitting there live. That's what opera is. That's pretty awesome. Well, today I want to tell you a little bit about an opera that I do hope all of you are going to come and see with us. It's called Don Pasquale. Can everybody say Don Pasquale? Oh, that's awesome. You guys are really good. Okay, now, how many of you think that stuff written in the 1800s could possibly be funny today, especially to us as teenagers? What do you think? Yeah? Ooh, I paid her a little bit of money before she came in. Well, I want to show you that I believe that even stuff that was written in the 1800s can be funny, that we could find it funny. And the opera I'm going to share with you today is a little bit funny. And I want you to check out this video, and then I want you to tell me if you think that some of the stuff in this opera might be funny. Let's check it out.
What makes opera relevant today? Why should we care about a bunch of singers pretending to be actors parading around stage singing really stuffy music? Of his day, Signor Donizetti was turning out operas the way McDonald's turns out hamburgers. Donizetti wrote 66 operas. Now, what makes you laugh? Why do you even like to laugh? And do you think it's possible to laugh at the same things people in the 1800s found funny? Real life imitates art, and art imitates real life. Comedies, whether they take place in the 1800s or in 2010, mirror our lives, showcasing our insecurities and the things that drive us crazy. Have you ever seen Ashton Kutcher's show Punk'd? Really long time ago, there was a radio show called Candid Microphone. A microphone was hidden in a room and funny conversations were recorded and then broadcasted all over the radio. This led to the first reality TV show in the late 1940s called Candid Camera, and it happens to be one of the inspirations for Ashton Kutcher's show Punk'd. But what did people do when they didn't have radios, TVs, or cell phones to capture all this funny stuff? Well, it turns out they used the stage, and in fact, back in the 1500s, a bunch of Italians got together and created a whole system of characters and plots to make fun of life. They called it the Commedia dell'arte. The opera Don Pasquale comes from this Commedia dell'arte tradition and borrows popular character types and situations to create the story of the opera. You see, poking fun at the silly things we do is great entertainment, and it also helps us to be more accepting of our quirks, limitations, and all the things that make us feel vulnerable or awkward. Let's take a minute or two and look at what Donizetti's Don Pasquale makes fun of. To begin with, there's getting old. Okay, you're mighty right now. Youth does conquer all, and you're at the top of your game. Watch out, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, or Wolverine. You're unstoppable. But then age creeps along, and you wish for more than you have. What if you're a rich old guy who longs for youth and beauty? You want to feel loved and admired. Can you recapture your youth? And what happens if you try to hold on to your youth? The character in the opera Don Pasquale has to battle these demons. The opera also makes fun of hopeless crushes. Romeo and Juliet, Bella Swan and Edward Cullen from Twilight will pale in comparison to the fireworks, attractions, hopes, and dreams you'll encounter as you reach out to others. Poor Ernesto. In the opera Don Pasquale, Ernesto has it bad for Norina. Okay, let me be really blunt here. He's a dog in heat. Donizetti goes to great lengths to make fun of Ernesto. The opera is a parody of romance. It pokes fun of the sweet sickness of being in love. Watch out. One day you might find yourself the target of your friend's laughter when you get all googly with that someone special. The opera makes fun of authority. Grown-ups have been doing it to you forever, dangling a carrot in front of you, promising you a wonderful reward if you only do X. This is exactly the problem Ernesto faces. To get the big bucks from Uncle Don Pasquale, Ernesto's got to give up his obsession with Norina and marry a nice rich lady of Don Pasquale's choosing. Now what would you do? Take the money and run? Or would you stick to your achy, breaky heart and tell your Uncle Don Pasquale to take a hike? Well, all does not have to be lost when there is a trickster. The opera leverages a smooth operator. You know the type. They always have a plan, and with a few slick moves they can set everything right and make anything happen. Don Pasquale has a trickster in the opera. It's Dr. Malatesta, who's sly and cunning. You'll discover the plan Dr. Malatesta sets in motion to fulfill Ernesto's dream and put the old man in his place. The humor of the opera relies on mistaken identity. Posing as one thing and being another is as common to comedy as sugar is to candy. Now just hang with me for a moment here. I know you're so over her, but the example works. Remember Hannah Montana? Schoolgirl by day, rock star by night. It does lead to some pretty funny situations, don't you think? The opera Don Pasquale relies heavily on this comedy technique of mistaken identity, just like Hannah Montana does. Sweet, innocent Norina pretends to be Dr. Malatesta's sister from a nunnery. She turns out hardly to be an angelic nun, but I'll let you discover that on your own. So, getting old, love, authority, a trickster, and mistaken identities combine forces to create a timeless comedy. Laughter may be the best medicine. In art, we can cry, beat our chest, become drawn into epic dramas, or laugh ourselves silly. All of these are super ways we can take comfort knowing we all tackle life with an incomplete deck of cards. Donizetti, as he did back in the 1800s for the people of his time, promises to give you a break from the tough stuff of life and tickle you with some sparkly, bubbly music and a crew of unforgettable characters. Now, for the whole story.
Cool? You think you might be able to laugh? Okay. Now you're going to need to help me tell the story of Don Pasquale. I need 5 volunteers. Let me see some show of hands. All right, you raised your hand so fast. You're up here. You're number 1. Ma'am, you look like the most beautiful Norina I've ever seen. Would you please come and join me up here? Oh, and you 2 fellows right here, I want you right up here with me. This looks like Ernesto right there. That's Ernesto. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is we're gonna have lots of different pictures, and these pictures are all coming from different productions of the opera. What does it mean when I say there are different productions of the opera?
There's many different makings of it.
Oh, that's awesome. Say that again. He'd rather not, but he said there are many different makings of it, which is right on target. Give him a round of applause. He knows his stuff. So different makings of it means that you're going to see different costumes and different scenes. Now, there's always a good story usually about the composer, and Donizetti wasn't always a success. The short of the story is, no one said he could write opera. They thought he was a failure when he was like in a church choir. They told him forget about music. And what did he go on and do? We're listening to his music here in 2010. So I think he did something right. So I'm glad he didn't listen to what people had to say about him. So in the beginning of the opera, Don Pasquale is sitting there and he's saying, I can't wait for Dr. Malatesta to find my wife. I can't wait till he finds my wife. Can you say that?
I can't wait till he finds my wife.
Okay. Because he's plotting something. Now, in walks in Dr. Malatesta. Dr. Malatesta, come right over here. And the doc over here is going to have something to say. The doc is going to say, my sister is beautiful.
My sister is beautiful.
She is an angel.
She is an angel.
And you're going to marry her.
And and you're gonna marry her.
Now listen to what he says about his pretend sister.
Bella siccome un angelo.
Oh, she's an angel, he sings. Now, in the meantime, Dr. Malatesta leaves, and Don Pasquale is all excited, and he's waiting for his nephew. Now, who's his nephew? Ernesto. Now, Ernesto has been given an offer. In order to get the bucks, Don Pasquale says, I want you to forget about her. I'm going to choose a bride for you, and you're going to marry her, and then I'll give you the money. And if you don't do that, you're not going to get any money, buddy. Okay? So that's his offer that he's making. Now, Ernesto, what do you think you're going to say to your uncle?
I cannot.
Okay, and you say,
I love Nornita.
I love Norina. Now listen to him sing about this. Now, why are we hearing two voices, and what two voices are we hearing? Ernesto and Don Pasquale. So that's the beauty of opera, right? You can have two people talking at the same time, and what do you think Don Pasquale's saying? Forget Norina, forget this woman, okay? And meanwhile, he's going on about how much he loves her. And so he finally says, well, if you're gonna be stubborn, obstinacy means stubborn, he says, then that frees me from giving you the money. No money, buddy.
No money, buddy.
Okay, there you go. All right, now, meanwhile, Ernesto, you leave. And the Don's now getting all excited because he's getting married. Look at how silly he gets. He's like, I'm going to have 6 kids running all around me. Listen to this. Do you like reading romance novels?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, your character, Norina, she loves romance novels. Check this out. She likes to sit eating bonbons on her couch, reading her novels. And she says, I really dig these romance novels.
Whoa, did I say that? I really dig these romance novels.
Listen to her sing about it. She says, I could be in one of these romance novels. I'm just such a great lover myself. And this is what she sings. Sounds like a little songbird, doesn't she? Pretty. Okay, now, while she's in the middle of her reading, someone comes in and brings her a letter, and the letter says this. You can read what it says.
Dr. Malatesta is a villain. He has persuaded Don Pasquale to marry his sister Sofronia. I will receive none of his money. I must leave Rome at once.
Okay, so the letter is obviously from who? Ernesto had sent the letter, says, hey, he's not going to let me marry you. I don't have any money, and since I don't have any money, we shouldn't get married. I'm going to leave Rome.